Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Orderly Johnny. He's getting his pub.
All right. What's up, Gunner?
Hey, what's up, brother? So let's get straight to it, man. Your name's trending, Nesse.
Oh,
Hey, how?
man, I seen that. I seen that. I seen that. I've been, like I said, I really don't mess with phones, but I confiscated a phone from one of my girls. You know what I mean? I told her, hey, I need that, man. I need to see what's going on right here, and I got a message from the guy named Mike. I think Mike's
Yeah.
World, is it?
Yeah.
That guy, and I got back at him, you know what I mean? I let him know no hard feelings, you know what I mean? It's just, and then another guy, I heard he called me a bum, you know what I mean? And I was like, whoa, I just feel that if you're gonna talk about somebody, know something about them. Do your homework on them, find out who they are before you speak on them. You know what I mean? I don't talk about nobody if I don't know them. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Everybody's free to say what they want. You know what I mean? But calling a person out of their name, that's like, and you don't even know them. That got me kind of heated. But I didn't really let it get to me.
Absolutely.
But he did it. He did it on the internet, though. He did it on the internet. Called me a bum. He don't even know me. You know what I mean? He don't know nothing about me. But I'm not gonna address him because of the fact that he don't even have a picture of himself on there. His voice is just on there, and he has some other pictures, so he's not even showing his face, Gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know how it is.
Cool
So,
with that,
so, bro, you know, just like I know, bro. We're trying to do a good thing, not necessarily just pinpointing you, but for anybody, bro. We see a brown man knows we're gonna help him. And
Gun, with what you guys give me, what everybody gives me, I share it with the other fellas around here. You know what I mean? I take them, ask them what they want to eat, you know what I mean, and what they want to smoke, I try to spend the money on something good, go get some clothes for them, because there's vatos out here with nada, you know what I mean, and I'm right here with them, so, I'm not going to just get something and share it with them, because I feel that if you don't share it, you can't enjoy it, you know what I mean? That's
exactly.
my feeling,
a lot of people are making assumptions. We got a lot of backlash. Hey, you're giving this vato money. He's going to go out there and do this and that with it, assuming. But like you said in your own words right there, bro, you give back to your community, to the people around you, to the people that need it.
Most definitely, Gunner. Most definitely, homie, And the homies out here, I got like 7, 8 homies right here. They can all vouch for what I do. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing it because I want to look good or have them look at me in a certain way. I do it because it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good,
100%.
And without due respect to everybody, I never asked for nothing. You know what I mean? I did my videos so that I can put a message out there to the youngsters, give them another direction at life. You know what I mean? So they won't have to live to this lifestyle, But,
Exactly.
Everybody's free to say what they want. I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody has one. You know what I mean? It's just, when you give your opinion, you got to watch what you say, because you can't take it back once you say it. You know what I mean?
100%.
I teach my kids that. I show my girls that. I tell them, watch what you say, because when you say something, you can't take it back because it's already said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, that's the only thing. Other than that, hey, more respect and love to everybody out there. You know what I mean? Everybody who gets touched by what one of us say, you or me or Dubs, any of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel that we're doing something to try to make our raza better. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If they were doing the same thing, then they could talk. But like I said, people are saying things, but I don't see their face. I just hear them talking. You know what I mean? And I don't really pay attention to a lot of it, but when you start to call people names and shit like that, that changes the whole get down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole dynamics of the get down, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're doing this collectively together, bro. As something, a lot of people were like, "Hey, you guys pinpointed Johnny because he was on this soft white show and because he did this," and that's furthest from the truth, bro. Dubs initially just did some reactions. He thought you the way you told your stories was funny. He reacted. The homeboy Spanky happened to know you since you guys were kids. And so we were able to get in contact with you, and you were like, "Hey, I got some stories to tell, to help the youth, to deter them from the life that people are living out there on Skid Row." And we said, "Hey, watch out. That's a great thing,
Dimon, and with the money I got, when you guys see Spanish, or talk to him, I blessed him with some of that money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting it out there because, I'm not keeping it all for myself. You know what I mean? I gave 100 walla just on the strength, you know what I mean? Because he's my camarada and he has it coming. He's doing all the footwork to get me on the phone with you guys because I'm not too familiar with this stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he's handling all his business. You know what I mean? So I feel that, he has something coming too, because he's doing the footwork, making this possible.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. We've reached out to him too and expressed our respect and our love for his familia for doing what they do. You know,
Yeah, and he's a
so
good man. He's a good man, homie. Whatever he says, it goes. You know what I mean? Whatever he says,
100%, bro.
I feel that I'm in the same boat with him. You know.
Yeah.
But hey, I appreciate you having me on your
No
on
doubt,
your
brother.
thing.
No
You
doubt.
know.
You know, you're more than welcome. And that's the thing is, you know, a lot of people, oh, you're doing things for the cloud with Johnny. And hey, look it, man. I don't see Johnny as cloud. I see you as a brown man out there. Like I told you in the beginning, you remind me of my Theo, bro, and it touched me. And I'm like, hey, if we could bless the homeboy, if we can get the community rallied up to help the raza, it's a great thing. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Everyone's
No,
like you
not
said,
at
entitled
all.
to their opinions. They could think.
Yeah,
If you just said out of your own mouth, Holmes, what exactly you did, and you don't have to explain to no man, Holmes. I hate when other people look in other people's pockets and their wallets, you know,
yeah,
for something that they don't have. It seemed like a lot of people had opinions all of a sudden in the negative because they didn't get blessed for one reason or another. But Spencer Holmes, we can't do everything for everyone, but we do what we can, you know.
yeah. I
And
tell him, come to downtown. I'll bless you. You know what I mean? You just gotta find me over here. You know, I'll bless you, no problem. You know what I mean? You know, I
yeah,
just, I just, feel certain ways sometimes. You know what I mean? Everybody has feelings. You know what I mean? And it
yeah,
didn't really hurt me. A lot of times I don't get mad. I get disappointed. I get disappointed. I don't get mad no more. I get disappointed because, I'm a strong believer in it's like this. You and I and Dubs will go put in the work while the other people stay back with the women and children where it's safe. You know what I mean? That's what
mm,
I always tell my homies. You know, when they say a lot of things, I tell them just stay back with the women and children. I'll go put in the work. You know what I mean? I'll do
yeah,
the footwork. You know, that's just something I say. And I addressed the guy, that was speaking about me. And
yeah.
I've never met him. I've never met him. I know nothing about him. I'm not gonna speak ill about him. I let him know also that sometimes you got to do your homework before you speak about someone you don't know. You know what I mean? Because that's not a good thing to do all the way around. You know what I mean? It just creates problems. But we're on this podcast to have a good time, right?
Hey,
Have a
you
good
know how I
time.
do
You know what I
it,
mean?
bro. Hey, so let's take it a different route. We got that, then that's
Hmm.
water under the bridge, and we're gonna continue to
Yeah.
do what we does. Let me
Hell
know,
yeah.
Johnny. So what's happening out there, bro? It's raining. So what? So hey, we see all this rain coming down. How are you guys trying to beat the rain, Holmes? Are you trying to stay up out the way, or?
Well, I got this van right here, and right now I got a room and stuff, you know what I mean? And I go to my room and I leave my van to the other fellas that are out here in the cold, you know what I mean? I let them
Mm,
sleep in the van, you know what I mean? I let them crash out in here, do whatever they got to do in here, as long as they respect it, you know what I mean? And that's my van, I own it. It's me and my girls, and we own it, but I let them sleep in it because it's cold out here, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I stated before, we had a homie that froze to death out here last month. You know what I mean?
man,
I'm trying to make that not happen again. You know what I mean? Because that's a
exactly.
bad thing. Homie was young. He was only like about 35. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
young.
And he died out here. Because he froze to death, huh? So I'm letting people know that it's real out here. It's not nothing fake. We're not living a fake ass life. You know what I mean? And then we're in downtown Skid Row. It got a bad reputation. It's not
Yeah,
all bad, but there's a lot of bad things out here. So we also got to be careful out here. You know what I mean? Where
yeah,
we sleep, what we do. You can't just come to downtown and say, "Oh, I'm gonna sleep in this tent right here." No, no, you got to go through channels. You got to make sure who has the block. You know what I mean? You can't just move in because if somebody right there in that block's been living there and they tell you, "Hey, you can't move in right here," my best advice is not to move in. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's also channels we got to go through out here. You know what I mean? On where we lay our head. You know what I mean? Where we're at. You know what I mean? It's very they're very particular about who they have around them out here. You know what I mean?
yeah. No doubt about it, brother. I hear you. You know,
Yeah.
and that's anywhere. That's anywhere, all the way from a prison yard to the calles. You know, there's
Oh
people
yeah.
you go answer to, and you can't just go on any part of the yard. You know that, Johnny. You can't just go on
Oh
the other
yeah.
side of the yard without some type of reasoning to do it, or if you're ready to get off. So
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like I said, I was disappointed lately, but I'm happy now, bro. I got you on
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
and I got all kinds of ridicule. They're like, "You bringing Johnny on for the view?" First of all, this is the very first video I've ever really sat down on my channel with Johnny. You know,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
it's a blessing, bro. It's always a blessing to talk to you, and a blessing to talk to any brown man or brown woman or anybody, man, that's going through a struggle that we could uplift their spirits
Yeah.
rather than their pocketbooks. If we can get in the pockets to
Yeah.
help them, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna continue to do that. Myself and Dubs, you know.
Before I was a real bad judge of character. You know what I'm saying? I used to
Yeah.
just judge Avato by the way he walked, by the way he talked. I watched him and I just didn't like him. And a lot of times I was wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I judged Avato on the way he walked and the way he looked. I sized him up and everything. And then once Avato opened his mouth and he started to speak, man, he left me with my jaw open. He also left me with feeling guilty. I felt guilty that I spoke of this man, and I didn't wait for him to open his mouth, and then he could tell me what he's all about, what he likes, what he dislikes, the type of vato he is. And then I'm able to say, okay, well, I'm gonna mess with this vato or I'm not. You know what I mean? So I kind of changed that. I'm not real judgmental now. I wait until someone speaks, and then I just listen to what they gotta say, and then I make my mind up if I want to fuck with them or not. You know what I mean? That's
Exactly.
how I do that. That's how I do it now. You know, but it took a lot of years to get there. You know what I mean? Because I responded real quick when somebody looked at me wrong. Man, what the fuck you looking at? You know? But now I think of it a different way. Maybe he admires the way I walk. Maybe he admires the way I talk. Maybe he wants to get to know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
approachable. I'm approachable with anybody. Anybody, you know, anybody wants to talk to me, they feel free to get at me. You know what I mean? And I'll speak with them
Mhm.
about anything. You know what I mean? But the real
Exactly.
thing is, I just want everybody to know that whatever I speak about or whatever videos I do is 100% real. There's nothing
Facts.
I put out there. There's nothing I put out there that's fake or counterfeit or anything like that. You know what I mean? I try to
Yeah.
put everything out there that my experiences, you know what I mean? The things I've been through, you know what I mean? Like my lifestyle, you know what I mean? People are free to say whatever they want. It's just get to know me, you know me as a person, you know what I mean? And you'll grow to love me, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Because I get
speak
along
to
with
the man
anybody.
before you speak. Speak to the man before you speak on the man. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know, but I be watching all kinds of channels now. You know, like I said before, I didn't really mess with phones, but now that all this is taking place, you know, I have my daughters also getting at me. You know what I mean? They're my biggest fans. You know what I mean? I was thinking they were
Mhm.
gonna be like, yeah, you know, get off the air. You know, but nah, you know, they encourage me on
It's a
on
good thing.
doing what
It's
I'm
a good
doing.
thing
You
for
know?
you. It's a good
Yeah,
thing for
you know what I
you,
mean?
and
And I love them for
it's
that.
therapeutic, homie. It's therapeutic for
Yeah.
you, and just to see how many people care and respond and love your show. You know what
Sorry
I mean?
about that.
Hey, Johnny,
Yeah.
no, hey, trip out. So here's the thing, like you said, you don't judge anyone. You know what's on the reverse side of that, bro? Which trips me out. It's a heartbreaker, Holmes. Is when you show someone love and respect right from the gate, and then they spit in your hand or they turn on you like a snake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what's even worse, bro. That I think that as a person is a letdown, homie. A letdown is never a good look. You know,
You know
you
what,
show
what
up.
most people think is, you know, I've heard a saying before. They told me a story about a guy that, you know, was drowning in the water, and he was
Mhm,
drowning. You know what I mean? And someone walked up and said, "Hey, man, give me your hand." You know, and the vato didn't want to give his hand. You know, and he was drowning. But then the vato said, instead of saying, "Give me your hand," the vato said, "Take my hand." And right away, he reached up and snatched his hand. You know. So
mhm,
I thought about that and I said, "Damn, you know what I mean?" When the vato was saying, "Give me your hand," the vato didn't want to give his hand, even though he was drowning. But once the vato reversed it and said, "Here, take my hand," the vato snatched it real quick. You know what I mean? So, you know,
yeah,
I just wanted to put that out there and let people know that sometimes it's like that. Sometimes
yeah,
you can't ask a person, "Hey, take my hand." You gotta say, you know what I mean? Or you can't ask them, "Give me your hand." You gotta say, "Take my hand," because you know
absolutely,
the way you say it means a big difference. You know what I mean? I
hundred
learned that
percent,
also
bro.
out here. You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm just happy, bro, that you were able to tap in and let the people know
Yeah.
exactly for all the people that are in Johnny's wallet, right? Because we got a lot of people saying, "Oh, you don't never give someone like that. You don't know better." Look at him. Johnny's a grown man. You know, we're grown men. We're gonna do what we do. We've been through the motions, and so for all the haters out there and all the people that trip, you see, Johnny helped out all his camaradas around him.
Yeah,
That's
and
when
I'm
it
50
shows
years
you.
old, homie. I'm 50 years old, and my best advice that I've ever given anybody is I'm 50 years old and I've been around here so long because I mind my own business. That's number one. Number one, I mind my own business. That's why I've been around for 50 years already. You know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? I may be out here on the streets and all that, but I'm still alive though. You know what I mean? Because I mind my own business. You know what I mean? I don't get in things that don't involve me. You know what I mean? Or I don't involve myself in shit that is not healthy. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I look for stuff that is healthy, stuff that, you know, can educate my mind, can make me a better man today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was a real bad person before, you know? And that person that was real bad, what I did was I locked him up real down deep inside. And he's way down there, and I don't let him out for nothing. People
Yeah.
knock all day long and try to bring him out. Matter of fact, he even knocks from inside, man. Let me out, you know, man. I'm like, no, 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 you can't come out because
Yeah.
every time you come out, we go back to prison. You know what I mean? And I
A
ain't trying to
monster.
do that, you know?
Yeah, no, I never had. Here's one more question I want to ask. You could
Yeah,
answer it or you don't have to, brother, but it's a
yeah,
question that's been asked a lot. So I thought I'd
yeah,
ask you. You know, there's a big, you know, I know you initially did your videos with Soft White Underbelly, and we've talked about Mark and you talked with Dubs about him. People got the assumption, the notion that this Vato's out there just, that I got the golden ticket. He's out there just giving feria to everyone.
Okay,
Is that the case? Or is
he
that
does he does give a lot out there to a lot of people. You know what I mean? And he gives it to different people out here. You know what I mean? I got nothing really bad to say about the guy.
exactly?
The only thing I got to say is he should be more truthful on what he says. You know what I mean? Because what you say and what you do is two different things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you say it, that's the easy part.
Hmm.
Getting it done is the hard part. You know what I mean? And like I said, the
Absolutely.
dude's not a bad guy. He don't talk about nobody on his channel or nothing, but people feel that sometimes he's exploiting people.
Mm,
Well, that's anybody's opinion. You know what I mean?
exactly.
What's exploiting? You gotta understand what's exploiting. You know what I
What it
mean?
means.
Maybe he's just showing people how it really is out here.
I
Because it
agree.
took a long time for that Vato to be able to walk in downtown, being that he's a white boy. You know what I mean? The Vato walks around with no shirt and shit. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
he does walk around down here, you know what I mean? Because he's already gave enough people money and spoke to enough people where people see him and they know exactly who he is. You
They
know
know
what I mean?
what
Because
time it is. Yeah.
yeah, they know what time it is, so he's really not a bad dude, but there are certain things that he does that I don't agree with. You know what I mean? But that's only me though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? More power to him. He has a lot of things on his channel. You see that I was on there a lot. There's a lot of videos that I did with him. But
Hmm.
I ended that. I ended that because the simple fact that I too get a lot of feedback from people like, hey, what's up, man? The Vato's not taking care of you or what? And I tell them, no, not really. You know what I mean? I'm not out here getting at the Vato all the time. Hey, give me, give me, give me. No, 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 I'm not about that. And he
Yeah.
knows that. He knows that. You know what I mean? But he's sitting pretty. Don't get me wrong. He's not hurting for nothing. You know what I mean? He has cameras that run a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I don't think the guy's really hurting, but he does give back to the community and everybody out here. He does. He gives
Exactly.
a lot of
And I
money out
believe it's great. And I believe it's a great thing, brother. I believe that we're not obligated to do nada, but we should. Not only for the people that are out there that need it, but for our own self, bro. It gives
there. Yeah.
us some type of it makes you feel good, bro.
See, and you guys are different. You guys do it where somebody could come on and speak their mind and speak about what they heard or what was said, and they can say something about themselves. But with him, you just do a video and then everybody could give their comments and you can't answer back. A lot of people have questions, but you can't give the answers to. But being
Exactly.
where you guys do it, you could get on the air and speak your mind and give your answers to the questions that are being asked from the
Exactly.
community out there, from the vatos that are out there still running around, you know what I mean? From the hint that are still getting high, still in this cesspool out here, you know what I mean? This wicked, wicked place, you know what I mean? You
Exactly,
know,
brother.
with his videos, you can't give no response to anybody's either accusations, assumptions, what they feel, what they want to ask you. With his videos, you can't get back on the air and be like, hey, somebody address this because he's a strong believer in what he's taught me is not to feed in on what people tell you on the internet, what they say, because when you feed into it, you're just giving people more ammunition to use against you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's more
And it's
drama.
yeah, and it's making you feel really like you look guilty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like your guys is because anybody could get on with you vatos, and you vatos let them on your channels, and you vatos speak freely and let them speak freely. You know what I mean?
We do. We
You know what I
do.
mean? And that's feedman. You know what I mean? That's feedman because right away I noticed that when Mike wanted to get on the air with you and Dubs let him on the volada, even though it went kind of a little bit, out there, he still allowed the vato to come on his channel and address how he felt. And that
Exactly.
means a lot because a lot of people won't do that.
And not everybody has to agree, bro. Like I said, like he asked this question, he felt a certain way, and we not necessarily agreed. I tried to take the temperature down because it went from 0 to 100 quick,
Yeah,
and it stood up there. And then ultimately, it was just like, okay, we could agree to disagree, but and then it started getting into a disrespect and even worse.
yeah.
And
And the
it's
girls
just
that
like
are on
all
there,
that started over trying to help the gente. I don't
the
understand.
women, the women that you had on your guys' channel with you guys, the two girls.
Yeah,
Oh man, they're beautiful, man. Both of them are beautiful women, man. You know what I mean? I just
yeah,
wanted to let them know they're very beautiful. You know what I mean? And I appreciate what they said on there. You know what I mean? Pertaining to me because and any help they did, I really appreciate it from both of them. I don't have the capability to let them know in person how I feel, but I'm letting them know right now to both of them. You know what I mean? That I
there
really
you go.
appreciate them being on there, and they're both beautiful.
Hey, attention on the Johnny needs him some Bonnie. Spence. That's right. Some Brenda Love. Shout out to the homegirls.
There's a Denise out there that speaks really well too about me. You know, I want to tell her that,
Yeah,
send my love down her way. You know,
that's
like
right.
that.
They're
So
highly
I
gonna
just want to
appreciate
let her
that.
know. You know, that she
So,
has my
so
back, and a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? But she got
exactly.
that.
You
You
know, a
know,
lot of people they don't have your back. They got mad. You know what I mean? Thinking that you're gonna go out there and get a sack. And I said, let that man do what he wants to do. He's a grown man.
just to put it out
And
there to people. Hey, I don't gotta get the sack. I stay with the sack. So anybody that
bang
has
bang,
a problem in general with it, I pay for my own shit.
don't trip.
I take care of my own habit.
Allegedly, the
With some
homie.
help from my dear closest woman in my life, is, you know, her name is Dana, and she's the closest woman in my life. She's like the only thing that matters to me, because she's the only one that really gives a fuck about me when it comes down to it, you know. And she does
Yes,
a
sir.
lot for me, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And she's in my life. She's gonna be in my life. And a matter of fact, she's right here on my neck. So you know, she's gonna stay around me forever, whether she's my girlfriend or she's not. She's just part of the team, you know what I mean. And I give the props to her a lot, you know what I mean, because she's right there for me through thick and thin. When I was driving a Mercedes Benz to where I was walking on taking a bus, she's been there
Mhm.
through day in and day out. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
those women that were on your panel, I see they're the same type of women. They're gonna be with you
Absolutely.
regardless if you're up there or you're down here. They're still gonna respect you for who you are. You know?
Yeah,
And there's not a
yeah,
lot
and
of women that do that. There's not a women
exactly.
that do that. There's a lot of women out here that are straight gold diggers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They just want the water with the biggest sack. With all due
That's,
respect to all the women out here, I don't mean to disrespect no one in general. You know who you are, but there's also a lot of women out there like the homegirls that were on your guys' podcast. You know, they're also out here helping gente. Like I said, there's people that walk around all day giving their own time. You know what I mean? To go around and do wellness checks to make sure everybody's alive, to make sure no one OD'd and sitting in a tent for a whole week and a half. And they do it because they do it out their own time. They volunteer to do it. They don't get paid for it. They don't get no money for it. They don't get no recognition for it. But I'm giving them the recognition today that those people that walk around downtown, rain or shine, every day, homie, like clockwork, they come around and ask if everybody's feed, man. They bring food, they bring shit you need to get high with. They give you bud, you know what I mean? They just do what others choose not to do or are afraid to do. Because
mm.
everybody just won't walk through here, homie. There's people
No,
that
I
won't
feel
walk
you.
through here. They stop on like 5 streets down and ask you if you can go in there. You know what I mean? Because they don't come in here.
On the
But those
sideline, they're trying to get in.
Yeah,
They,
but those
Thunderdome.
people that are taking the time out of their life to make sure we're okay, they deserve the props out here. You know what I mean? And I'm giving them their props, you know, and those are the ones that do the wellness check out here. That's what it's called, you know? So
Yeah, bro. We
everybody in
appreciate you.
downtown ain't just getting high. See, people give it a bad rap, like everybody's in Skid Row getting high. Nah, there's people over here in Skid Row that are here to help, that come feed every other day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They take the time out of their day to come feed us at 10 at night. You know, they come in here and they'll put a table down and put all kinds of comida, ropa, you know, cosmetics, and you just walk through the line and they bless you, and they don't expect nothing in return.
Exactly.
The only thing they expect in return is for you to return the next time to get what they have to give you. That's all they want. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Those are the real motherfuckers out here. You know, those are
And
the
the
real
ones
ones.
that
You
are on
know.
the calle, the ones that are on the calle, really on the frontline status. You know.
Yeah, and they're doing it themselves, you know, because they want to, not because they're asked or they feel they got anything in return. No, they do it from the heart. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. You know?
Real life, real life. See, and that's the one thing that disappoints me about the YouTube thing, bro, is we can make a one thing a good thing, but a lot of people choose to make it about themselves and to make it about views and likes and subscribes. Man, it shouldn't be about that, bro. It should be about really reaching someone,
Yeah, and I
whether it
respect
be
and like everything
monetarily
you
or
guys
just
do,
with a good conversation, you know?
and you guys do good shit out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of I don't know what you guys call it when you go out there and you get things to talk about. What is it? You know, like your narrative. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. We're out there networking, homie.
Hey,
Networking
that's
and
not easy. That's not an easy thing,
hell
homie.
no, it ain't. Believe
Nah, cause
me.
you got motherfuckers that talking about, hey, homie, I don't want to be on camera, homie. Fuck no, homie. I ain't talking to nobody, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Orale, feed me. Then you go on to the next person, you know, because there's a lot of people out here that'll tell you, Charlie, I ain't trying to talk
Mhm.
to nobody, homie. Half
Yeah.
of them ain't even trying to get seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
and
got
it's
their
hard
own.
to network, bro. It takes a lot, and it takes a lot of cora as well to be even on the internet. And as Mexicanos, bro, as Chicanos or whatever the case may be, we have a certain way about ourselves. Also, we don't really like cameras too
Yeah,
much. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
And
Yup.
so
Yeah, we
so to
don't.
be on it, and getting with this day and age. That's why I think the raza as a general rule, we're coming in a little bit late. The Africanos been doing it. The whites, the
Oh
hoods,
yeah,
bro,
yeah,
doing it, brother. Right? They've been doing it. But now it's time for us to get it. Shh, shh, shh. What's up with that song? You heard that, Johnny? That
yeah.
jam? That was
Oh
a
yeah.
trip.
Hey, homie, and numbers make a difference. You know what I
They
mean?
do.
Numbers make a big difference. They're doing. The Africanos are out here doing. They're moving homes in numbers. You know what I'm saying? They're getting shit done. But
Yeah.
us, we still look at the gangbanging thing, the enemy thing. Oh, that one was my enemy, so he can't do shit for me. You haven't even gave him a chance to try to do anything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we're still stuck on that. We're still stuck on, well, where's that motto from, man? Saying, if you wouldn't ask that, he probably ain't even gonna tell you where he's from. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
should just meet him and introduce yourself with your name, your real name by birth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vatos would do the same, but we're too quick to be like, well, where's that Vato from, homie? You know what I mean? He keeps staring over here, homie. What's he looking at, homie? You know what I mean? Or what you need,
Yeah.
homie, what you want, how much money you got, come on, homie. How do you know the
Yeah.
Vato's not out here and he's going to come out of his pocket right now and bless you with something that as much in money you've never even seen before? You know what I mean? But a lot
Yeah.
of people don't allow them to do that because there's a lot of Vatos that come by with their camera and they'll pull over and they'll bust flicks of the whole get down. And we're like,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, stop taking pictures, you know what I mean? Or pay $10, you want a picture, you know what I mean? You
Straight
want to take
up.
pictures, pay for them. But a lot of people just come by and snap pictures real quick. I don't know what they're doing with them. I don't know if they're keeping them, putting them out there on the airwaves or what. But like I said, a lot of people, call me, hey Johnny, and it's dark. I'm looking in there in their car, and I go up to them, and it's just somebody who wants to give me their props, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But also, we're in downtown, so you got to be careful what cars you walk up to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You
Because
got
like I
you got to
said, the
walk back.
raza, the raza, we're still on that gangbanging tip out here. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
haven't we haven't graduated and said, oh wait up, let's just put that a little bit to the side. Not saying put it away, no, just put it to the side and do what you gotta do as a man first. You know what I mean? And then go back and see if you still want to fuck around over here on this side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yes,
50
sir.
years old, homie. I ain't out there gang banging none of that shit, but I see a lot of vatos out here that the first thing out their mouth is where you from? Why can't
Yeah.
it be? Why can't it be? How are you? Hey, do you need anything? Are you okay? You need someone to talk to. Why does it gotta be where you from? Where he from makes no difference.
That's where
You
you're
know what I
at.
mean? Where you're
Yeah.
at, yeah. Right here, you're not in your hood. I'm not in my hood. We're on equal ground. You know what I mean? And a lot of people gotta understand that it's not about where you're from. It's about what about who are you? You know what I mean? What about that? You know what I mean? Who are you? Get to know somebody first. Because when you ask them where they're from, that puts up a wall. They're thinking, oh man, this vato might be my enemy. You know what I mean? And
Straight up.
it leads bad places. So I just give
Ugly.
advice to people. Put your hand out and shake their hand first. You know what I mean? Meet them as a person. Meet them as who they are, not who they made or who they became. You know what I mean?
Exactly, Johnny. And hey, you
Yeah,
know what? And that's why I wanted you on here, bro. I'm so glad we're able to really sit down now and talk, face to face and tap in.
yeah, hell
And
yeah,
just with all this hectic stuff that happened this last week, bro, and I try to hold it down for how I felt, and I'm gonna
yeah.
continue to hold it down for how I feel. That's the type of person I am, bro. I'm never gonna backpedal. I'm glad that you were able to get on and let the people know there's no hatred in your heart. You're not tripping.
Never,
But at
nah,
the end
hell
of the
no.
day, get to know you and speak on facts before you fucking
Yeah,
just talk.
because yeah. I would never speak about anybody I know nothing about because that would be wrong. You know what I mean? To speak about anybody you know nothing about. You know what I mean? You don't know what this guy does. You don't know what I did. I went to communities and cleaned the whole community up on parole. You know what I mean? And everybody else there had to be there because they got in trouble. And I volunteered. And the
Yeah,
vatos that I told you that were right there, they were vatos from Orange County because I was on Orange County parole. And they asked me, hey, homie, you're doing this shit volunteer? You mean they didn't make you come? I said, no, they didn't make me come. And they felt wrong about it. They felt like I was doing something bad. And I told them, how am I doing something bad when I volunteered, homie? It didn't take for me to give a dirty bottle or to get on the parole officer's nerves. And he told me, hey, you got to come clean this community. No, I asked, is there anything I can do to better the community? And they told me, yeah, you could go over here and clean up on the weekends. And we're talking about, down and dirty, picking up trash and dirty shit on the ground. And I did that, but I did it out of volunteer. I volunteered to do it. and there was vatos looking at me like I was wrong, like I was weak or something because
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to volunteer.
And
You
that's
know
a
what I mean?
perfect analogy, Karna. That's a perfect analogy for what just
And,
happened. When people
yeah,
are
and
just
I
trying
was,
to do a good thing,
yeah,
people
my
look at
raza's
it
gonna
from
put
a
me
different
down.
angle, like something's wrong with it. Like, what's
Yeah,
wrong? That's why I keep
my raza's gonna put me down. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
already at the bottom, homie. I'm already at the bottom. I'm already at the street level. You know what I mean? How you gonna kick me when I'm on the ground? You know what I'm saying? If anything, lift me up, inspire me, tell me something good. You know what I mean? Don't kick me
yeah,
when I'm already down because right here we're at the bottom. There's only one way up. If
yeah,
you go
exactly.
any lower, then you're dead. You know what I mean? This is like the last stop, then you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anywhere else, you're going up. Anything that you come up on or you do, like I worked last year. And I got done. I couldn't even get my taxes. And I worked like 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean? But I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sitting in there saying, oh man, they're wrong because they didn't give me my taxes. No, man, I hadn't worked in a long ass time. But I'm out there doing my highlights, you know what I mean? Working, really getting a check, working 7 days a week, you know what I mean? When the
Exactly.
opportunity allows itself, you know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
transportation is a big thing, you know? You know what I
And
mean?
that's one thing I wanted to tell you, Johnny. I don't want to cut you off. I wanted to tell you, I got a homeboy. We got a good homeboy, myself and Dubs, and Spanky knows him as well. And he he's a big regional manager for a big company, homie. And he expressed to myself and Dubs, he said, when he's ready to clean it all up, and because I understand, bro, the streets calling, they call, they're hard to get away from. He said, when he's
Yeah,
ready to really work and really get it, let me know, and
yep,
uh, and I'll get him a good job.
yeah. In
And it's
addition,
somewhere where there's a company and the store. It's a store everywhere. So it's somewhere you wouldn't have to
and about
call.
and somebody made a statement like, "Hey, Holmes, tell about to put the needle down." For your information, I don't mess with needles. I don't slam
Yeah,
heroin. You know what I
that's
mean?
just
So I don't do
hearsay.
needles. I'm not a hype. You know what I mean? So they were just to clear the air.
Yeah,
I'm not a
people are
hype.
assuming. They're assuming. They're
They're
assuming.
assuming I'm a hype. Yes, I
Yeah,
am an ex hype. I am an ex hype. I did slam before, but it's been like a year that I haven't even touched the needle. You know what I mean?
it,
So, I feel good about just that alone. That's a big step for me. You know what I mean? Because I
yeah,
slammed for
it is.
25 years. I have no
Yeah.
more veins. I have
About
scars up and down my arms, you know?
They should be more worried about like the homeboy said, man, outreaching and trying to help rather than ridicule and downplay. A lot of these
Yeah,
people,
you know what I mean?
a lot of these people that talk home never lived a life, or they portray, they get a few tattoos and they think they're somebody. They never hit a yarda. They've never been around the type of individuals we have, north and south, homes.
Yeah.
Real vatos that are willing to take a life and give their life just like that.
Because
So before
if
you
I'm
get
gonna
to the
get up
time about
here,
needles, they don't know what they're
yeah,
talking about.
if I'm gonna get up here, Gunner, and I'm gonna tell you everything's 100% on mine, then I'm not afraid to say I get high or I do this. Because if I tell you I'm doing something different and I'm doing it, then I'm getting up here and tell a lie. It only takes one lie to fuck up all your credibility. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You only have to tell one lie. So I'm up here watching exactly what I say is the truth. And I'm not ashamed to say where I'm at, what I do, because I'm okay in my own skin. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable being me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that are not comfortable in their own skin. They want to put on a mask as soon as they walk outside. I walk outside and I speak my mind and let people know this is the real me. You know what I mean? This is the real me. Because you're only your real self when you're all alone. When you're behind closed doors in your room, that's when you're really your own self. That's when you
You ain't
could pick your
lying.
nose, whatever, pick your ass, whatever you want to do, the things that you won't do outside on the streets. So you're
Hmm.
only your real self when you're all alone. So all those lots of talk about I'm real here. No, you're not. You're
Yeah.
only your real self when you're all alone. When
Johnny
you can
said
take
it. Fill that up with
you know
unleaded.
what I
Hit
mean?
that good game. Look, Johnny,
And
I don't
that's
want
real
to take
shit,
too much of the. I don't want to take too
all right.
much of your tempo or too much of the homeboy Spankil's tempo, because I know that he's out there doing the legwork for us, man, and I appreciate him. And like I said, it don't stop, brother. It don't
Yep.
stop, man. We're not gonna let what a few people say get to us.
No.
If anybody wants to help Johnny, I will be putting his the cash app to reach out to him in the description, in the link. And it's all about Johnny, 100% to Johnny and to those that are around him that he truly feels to bless.
And
And that's just
I
what
bless
it
them
is,
all. I
man.
bless them all, and if possible, one day I can bring them one by one and sit them next to me, and they could tell you themselves. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I don't even need to do that because, like I said, everything I say is 100%.
it's pura.
You know what I mean? Makes right here with me, everything's 100%.
Yes,
We ain't half stepping nothing out here. You know what I mean? We're
never.
doing the way we got, and I appreciate you, Carnal. I appreciate you, homie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If anybody told you today, I'll be the first to tell you I appreciate what you do. You know what I mean? To allow
Thank
me to
you.
come on here and speak what I want to say. Because to hear my video, you're only getting one side of me. Get all of me better. You know what I mean? So you
Exactly.
can speak your mind and say what you gotta say. You know what I mean? But other than that, hey, I appreciate you, Gunner man. Thank you for
No
letting me
doubt,
get on
man.
here.
That's
You know?
for me and Dubs, bro, the brother as well. We're gonna keep doing what we do, bro.
And
We're bringing the
anytime
people
you guys
together.
need me, man, I'm right here. You know, anytime you guys
No
need me,
doubt,
you want
no
to
doubt.
speak, or like I said,
And
I got some stuff up here I can share with people. You know,
yeah, and for all the
I'm trying to look into getting my own channel. You know, but I got to do it real slow because, like I said, I'm
we're
not.
gonna help you. We're gonna help you out with that. In fact, I was just talking to Spenkyo. I'm gonna go ahead and bless you with a little bit of equipment to get that going. We're gonna make it happen.
Orale.
Um, with that being said, gente, just like
Yup.
I said, what I do, I'm not gonna speak on behalf of a man. I'm gonna bring the man to you and let him speak on behalf of himself. That's what I do, or what a real one does. I'm not gonna
That's
speak
appreciated.
on things I don't know about. We speak facts right here. With that being said, man, that's Big Johnny. Anything you want to say, Johnny?
Man, anybody needs any help, man, they need anything, I'm right here in downtown Kyle. Come get at me, man. You know what I mean? My doors are open. You know what I mean? My life is real. My life's an open book. Anybody needs any help or anything, Kyle, I can help you out with whatever I got. If I got it, you got it. You know what I mean? But I'm right here. Anybody wants to ask any questions, meet me, sit down and have a beer with me, smoke a cigarette with me, Kyle, man, I'm free to talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And it's as real as it gets, gente. With that
Yeah.
being said, off the Chamuspa with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle, strive to strive and struggle. You already know what it is, man. Go out there and do the biz. Get off
Yeah.
your lazy ass and go out there and work and do it for your familia because can't no one else do
Yeah.
it for you. Like Mike said, no one ever did nothing for me. Well, guess what? You got to do something for yourself before someone will. You already know what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly, truly believe in. And that's gente, raza, north, south, east, west. You know what it
Yeah.
is. Even the federals and the white boys,
Yeah.
bro. It's all good. Orale, Johnny.
Right,
Gracias.
John.
No doubt, bro. I appreciate you.